Mirchandani, and it is from Sona Group, Nigeria.
Formation of how did Food, Agro and Allied Industry Limited started?
It was something very thoughtful in terms of what should be the vision and mission. 2001, we purchased industry, old industry, to rehab and go for new product. And it was very important for us to begin that journey. We realized that foreign exchange and all that problem are likely to come. And there has been always declining of economies in Africa. So we're looking at from the angle that how do we help back Nigeria and sustain long term. So 2001, we registered the company and we started 2008. At that time, all the breweries were actually using barley malt imported raw material. When we realized that is not the solution for Nigeria, and looking at Nigeria, unemployment, etc., etc., we said, let us do something locally from local raw material. So we actually said, no, we will convert the breweries and raw material from breweries to sorghum so that locally manufactured sorghum from the farmers would be very, very helpful. And we realized that, okay, if we have a vision, it is good. Vision, but mission was is still to see that we utilize 100% local raw material.
Okay. So now you are into the extraction of malt from sorghum and other allied products in it. Tell us what you get from it. What are the major products you get from this
Okay,
sorghum?
let me start. As I said, breweries wanted malted sorghum at that
Yeah.
time. So initially, we started with the malted sorghum.
Okay.
And later on, the brewery felt that, oh, we need something innovation. So then we start investing the money into extraction. And of course, we had to invest a lot of money. At that time, we had a number of companies who were into malting, small, big, many, many of them. And they were all catering for breweries. Now, breweries, beer is a big market, Nigeria is a big market, population. But our industry was to, yes, we invest more money into that product where it can be sustainable for long term. So we went into malt extract. And today, I must say, the first plant we put up is 30,000 tons of process of sorghum. And it is so important for us to continue in that way that we wanted a bigger scale. And once you do bigger scale, it becomes economically cheaper, much cheaper than the imported raw material. So I would say I'm very proud that it is a nice way this plant is done and it's beautiful. It gives me a joy to continue to forge ahead, to make it sustainable for long term for Nigeria and Nigerians.
Okay.
Okay. Let's look at some of this product. How do they look like? We are talking about malt extract. Can you show us some of the samples, how they look like?
Yes, malt extract is a liquid sorghum. This liquid sorghum, which actually, if you realize, you can convert malt from here in 24 hours. Now, when you convert malt in 24 hours, it's much easily done. With a malted sorghum, it takes you time. Malted sorghum, you have to process again, and breweries wanted something ready-made very quickly so that they can convert their production into reality, and that's what we realized. So we start continuously progressing on that job, and we went into malt extract. That that, as I said, will continue utilization for years to come, for 50 years, 100 years, as long as you have a farmers who will be producing sorghum, you'll find that it's a very, very important thing for breweries, malt, etc., etc.
So let's look at the
Yeah,
extract, the
products.
malt extract. Are they the colors? Are there been any changes when you try to innovate more of this malt extract? Are there different changes in the color? And let's know any other malt sorghum product you have that you can share with us.
Yeah, malt extract has different varieties. We can do dark, we can do dark, and when we do dark, yes, it can be utilized, but also we can do lighter colors. So lighter colors utilization is comes to many other industries. The key was to create raw material for other industries, which has a long-term sustainability and review those kind of awares, awareness in the market. Now, it is not only malt extract produced from sorghum. You also have other products. We can use cassava, we can use corn, and we can use other products like broken rice. So, these products, as I said, they have multiple impact on different ways. Now, this is produced from maize, maize, and now we are diversifying to maize. Now, what happens? The seasonal area of product, in other words, seasonal into agriculture as production. Now we need a production on continuous basis to make it viable. Now when you make it viable, then it makes sense because you should be able to produce raw material and continue supply to industries for them to function continuously, other than relying on import. We don't want them to import. We believe that we can create a volume and that can sustain continuously locally instead of import. Imports deteriorating factor when you don't have, in fact, foreign exchange, and oil is unreliable source. At the end of the day, the price will go up and down. It goes down to the level that you cannot even sustain. Whatever cost you to take out oil, it really doesn't help you, honestly speaking. So that is the reason we look at from that angle to create long-term sustainability. Now, we are putting a second plant. I don't know whether you're interested to know whether second plant, but it is interesting for us to say that it is necessary to keep growing. Your population growth is enormous. Not only your population, but also surrounding, where Nigerian, other countries are relying on your food subs area. And believe me, I tell you, a lot of goods are going out of market to other countries, even up north. They don't have enough food. They continue to do. So to us, we will keep on expanding as long as we see that there is a continued demand from industry. Now, but it is also being produced and utilized for many other companies. It's not only breweries. We use for Kellogg's. They make cereals. We know you're going to use for sweets. You make a local sweets. Mostly they're using sugar. Why should you use the sugar when we are producing maltose? There's no reason. And in fact, this is much more healthy than a processed sugar. Key is to stop drainage of foreign exchange and create more jobs locally. That's our mission. That's our group's mission. And any time we think of it, say, okay, let's expand because there is a demand. You cannot sustain demand because your population also is growing. Automatically, you keep on growing maximum possible different ways and help other industries to grow. They rely on raw material. We have to produce raw material. We have to make sure they are also working. So it's like a partnership. When you do partnership, you make sure that you're able to support them fully. And that's what we are doing.
Sir, you mentioned briefly a little bit of the knockoff effect it has, what you're doing. But please, we'll go back to that. Tell us some of the other products you make from sorghum, sir.
Oh, it's very interesting.
Yes,
You
sir.
want to know
Yes,
this
sir.
product we are making is a flour. Now, sorghum flour, people realize that the grain being imported for even biscuit manufacturing, part of sorghum can go. Same thing, part of sorghum can go into bread and many other items. This is very healthy product. Anytime you use a local raw material and local, especially from agriculture, is much more healthy. And believe me, I think even I use it in my house for your information. But this is not the only item in multiple impact which will help Nigeria to reduce your foreign exchange consumption. We have constant maize, we have cassava, we have a broken rice, a number of other agriculture products. You can do same flour, you can utilize the food is food, is converted into different ways, and it can be helpful to whole population plus other industries. So there are a lot of industries, great manufacture, so many other manufacture they can utilize product. We not only do that, but we look at two markets. First of all, we look at a quality which can be what you call exported from this country. So we are exporting at the moment. We are exporting Ghana, New Zealand, Australia, America. So these products are required everywhere. It is gluten free, and gluten free is one of the highest demand required, especially special foods who are uh, people have to
Diabetes.
use gluten free, and gluten free is excellent for their health of some other people. So I think we look at medically, we look at not only, but yes, we believe by the time we have second plant that we are expanding now, we'll double up the capacity. Now, when you double up the capacity, we have to ask farmers to please produce more. We need double quantity, and we are going into different angle so that we can encourage farmer. Government policies has also helped continuously focus on agriculture, which is the best bet for government, I think, to create this area, and it will really help. And I wish some more attention is given on infrastructure, especially for export. I really think that if we can reduce the cost by virtually getting to the port much quicker and getting the containers out from here, that I think the congestion and all that data really not helping, is costing us more money. We want to reduce the cost. I think the more cost we reduce, you will realize that we'll be able to do much more export and earn foreign exchange. Our mission is to make sure that we earn foreign exchange, because Nigeria one day oil is going to run out. Yes, you have a gas. Okay, I understand Nigeria is blessed with many areas, but the more areas you create in agriculture, that's the future of any country. Self-sufficient of food is the key for people to live and have cost implication. Cost implication should be there. Otherwise, it costs you inflation, and that is not going to help you. You keep on struggling, and your salary will not be enough. You keep on increasing your salary, but that is not only the best bet. It doesn't help you. Agriculture, I would say, I can underline three times as an important package for the government to give more and more attention, help the farmers, grow the farmers. There's a lot of land you have. It's lying
Yeah.
idle.
Yeah.
You are not really utilizing all the land. I would say not even 50%. Why don't you utilize 100%? There's agriculture is a gold. Remember, out of gold, you can produce so many things. Agriculture is exactly the same thing. That is gold to you, and it's a blessing. Please, please, this is a very important subject that people should think they should be enlightened about going to agriculture, encouraging agriculture, reducing cost, because sustainability will only come from reduction in the cost.
Okay.
Cost increase is not going to help you in the long term. That's my suggestion.
Thank you, sir. This we started by talking about the what led you into the extraction of malt from sorghum. It's a process of like you've spoken before. It's a process of a backward integration.
Yes.
Imagining that you should do these things here and then. Now, in terms of innovation, how do you, is would I say we would say that probably this is you are in the frontier of this process of backward integration in turning sorghum into getting a malt extract from sorghum and then using it for other products. And then what effect do you think it has had? Of course, we know the knockoff effect in terms of the economy. So,
I think number one, very important that the farmers are encouraged. Number two, you also have industry growing based on that raw material that we are producing. It's not one industry. You can replace the sugar by having this product here locally. There's no reason to have a sugar. There's no reason to import. So I would encourage even other people to go into this product, increase more production, and not import sugar. Why should you import sugar when we can produce locally? And that is again within your own area. I still believe that if we look internally, it will help the country. Generate your economy internally, not externally. Create job locally. Help people locally, not outside. You don't want to subsidize. Outside, government subsidize agriculture to make it cheaper to export. Why? I don't see. I don't see any sense. I think you need to look at again and again and make internally generated economy. Now, the farmers, industries, all of them, all of them professional can grow and they can go more and more in. The government ultimately will realize that they will get a lot of taxes from there. People who are working, people who are generating, people will also pay the taxes because they're earning power. So I think you're building a society based on agriculture is a long-term sustainable economy and no country can run away from that fact.
Okay, based on the internal generation economy, which you just spoke a little bit about it, how would this help, especially creating more revenues now that people are not in jobs? So let's see how internally generation economy from Sona Group of Industry have been able to lead the economy of Nigeria. Let's get more insight.
I see. It's not a one area. You know, you don't need all the labor. You also need some professional. You need
yeah,
engineers. You
sure.
need agronomists. You need professional who are much higher salary paid. And we know how much taxes we are paying. We are deducting on source and paying to the government. Government also does VAT. Government also does so many other areas. So indirectly, we are agents to serve government to see how we can create the wealth for them. The government has to run. Government has to have money. Government cannot run without money. So these professionals who are growing, and we keep on employing more and more those professionals, it will really help. I can assure you. So look at multiple chain reaction of these professionals. We are still we are still training. We are still getting more and more. We're now going to agriculture because we see the future will remain agriculture. Agriculture is the key. Person or industry, we don't look at from that angle. Food is going to be short in the world. Population growth is growing enormously. And if the food is not taken care, the country can have a havoc, country can have a problem. So please, I would request everyone to go into this field, at least go into agriculture, and we have enough appetite to utilize agriculture product. I can assure you. We can expand again. We can go on further. The government is giving a lot of support for industry to grow. And I'm happy that we are bringing backward integrate. There's no industry in Sona Group today. I can't say that I'm not proud of it because we are all going backward integration. Always there is something to innovate. Always there is something to innovate in packaging to make it beautiful that you are able to export outside. There are many avenues, many avenues that you do. How do you grow in the industry? How do you export? You need to have a presentation, you need to have a quality under there, you need to have a standard. We are SEDEX, we are also SON, we also comply Bureau Veritas. These standards are international. So you cannot export unless you have international so-called verification, certification. We have certified. We have certified. If you see, look at from certification that you will observe that we comply with all this area, and it's necessary because you cannot assure otherwise outside export, and generate so-called forex. It's very, very important for us to do that. So we comply with every regulation in this country, especially foreign countries, to certify. Otherwise, difficult to export for us. And we are determined to work with every area, every agency to ensure that we comply quality standards. Very vital for us. Diesel, not petroleum, not all that. So you need to run away from those areas because health of the people also is important, and so is the environment. You and me live in the same environment. We take oxygen from there. If your environment is not clean, then you have a bigger problem because disease will be there and so many other problems will be there. So we look at environment as well. So we use shale gas. But not only that, we are now going more deep innovation. We are now going CNG, we are going LNG, because you need to make it economical. Industry cannot grow unless you keep on investing, expanding in a way, and bringing innovation. Innovation is the key. Please believe me, we have to require more and more investment and expansion to sustain the economy. It is in the interest of people of Nigeria, it is in the interest of all the industries. You create more raw material for other industries to encourage and to come into. And that's what we are doing. I think, yes, that's a mission. That's a mission, and that's what we want to achieve. I don't believe we are short of it. I don't believe we have problems. The problems will come, problems will go. Road problem will come, port problem will come, this will come, that will come. But what are you going to do? You have to face all these challenges. So if you're not ready for the challenges, if you're afraid of challenges, I don't think you should go in the industry. That's my belief. So we are ready. We don't have a problem. I think there is a lot of innovation we are doing in the group. This is only one industry, but we are doing innovation everywhere. And government also is supporting us. Some of the banks who have a confidence in the future of industry, they also support. Not all of them. People are there who will think of trading quick money, etc., etc. This is not quick money. This is a long-term investment, huge investment, plus with a new technology. So you need to update your technology to make it viable and economical. That is our mission, sir.
Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.